Hi guys, James Robinson here. In this video we have a Taylormade fitting day up at Huddersfield Golf Club. I'm going to just kind of shadow the fitter, watch what he does, watch what he says, try and get a little bit of a feeling as to what's important in a club fit, what they're fitting for, what's coming out best, and bring it to you guys. I'm also going to speak to a variance of handicap golfers, well, variants of different handicap, not necessarily handicap golfers. And from that, I'm gonna bring to you what's important about a club fit, what people take from it, and if you should go and get fitted for your golf clubs. Let's take a look.
Oh, now this is my biggest gripe with it's irrelevant, but the club, well, it's not irrelevant. If you want to hit it further, you need the ball speed to come off quicker. Right. Alright? Trap.
That's the longest one I've ever hit here.
That's good. So we're here with David, 16 handicapper. David's just done the Taylormade fitting day. What were your thoughts on the fitting experience and also the clubs that you've been fitted for?
Oh, the experience was exceptional.
Carry was 201, sorry, 211 this one, and the best there was 231. It's 20 yards. 20 yards on the average is 20 yards on the total.
I have, in inverted commas, been fitted for Taylormade before, but never got on with them.
So impressed with Dan as a fitter?
Was superb.
Yeah.
But the club.
We're talking M3 driver?
Came here thinking they probably won't be any better than what I've got, because on a good day I can get some reasonable distance.
And you were fitting against a fairly current driver in that as well, weren't you?
Yes. The M3, well, if I can take those onto the course, unfortunately, it may not be a rabbit too much longer.
So would you recommend being fitted to people?
I certainly would, after that.
Make sure you get fitted, guys. Thanks a lot, David. Cheers.
Yo.
See, if you stand here, see the sort of the pylon in the distance? Yeah. So that would be your absolute centre of the fairway.
No chance.
What are you playing on?
No.
Good.
Take it.
Carry 280 total, 258 carry 281 total.
I always thought I'd knock it past you, but I might not now. So I'm here with Dave, a 9 handicapper, and the weather's just come in, so we're going to be nice and quick. Dave, what were your thoughts on the fitting experience?
It was good. Good to get the varying shafts and the club head options, and obviously be fitted for my misses and the required ball flight.
Dave hits it a long way. You can't see because he sat down, but he's about 7'9", aren't you, Dave? So
6'2".
6'2". Yeah, and I'm 5'9"-ish. So anyway, yeah. So Dave, 290, I think the longest one was it. So
you tell me, yeah.
Yep. So put a bit of distance on from what were you using before?
I was using an M2 D type, carrying about 255, 260.
Nice. So it was the M4, was it?
M4 we just tested, 9.5 with a, I'm not too sure the shaft, but he's written it all down.
It was an extra stiff shaft. He's being modest.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dave, thank you very much.
Cheers.
So we've just got a kind of break in between fittings, so I'm just going to show you what's in all these golf bags. As you can see, the light's not great in here because we're under the shelter. The weather's been very on and off today. Let's start this side, and we've got loads of different shaft combinations. Pretty much if you're looking for a shaft that suits your game, the guys are gonna have it here. And we've got all the different hybrids, M3, M4 hybrids for the current season. Loads of the woods. Lovely bags these as well, I must say. More shafts, loads of shafts, more shafts. Got the ladies bag, which is white, that's all I'm gonna say about that one. Even more shafts, loads of different colours, loads of different lengths to suit your game. We've got the different wedges which you can put into your bag. Beautiful looking wedges there. Going down into here, we've got all your different M3 wood heads. They look beautiful and new. Can't have been fitted for much of them, Dan, can they?
No.
The Trackman's in the bag because we're not using it at the moment. Moving on to the business end. These are what everyone comes for, aren't they, Dan?
They're the game changers.
Face twist, you've seen my review on that, so. And foreheads. So generally that's everything that, would you say that's everything the fitter needs? Club, shafts, Trackman?
Yeah, different length shafts is key for, especially what we do. We obviously do a lot of driver fittings, has custom options, and shafts and fitting has evolved over the last couple of years. Having, obviously you've seen the amount of different shafts that we carry. It's just got bigger and bigger, the scope has got bigger, and even more so now, length is a huge factor for golfers. So we've got a separate bag with some shafts that are an inch shorter than standard, some 0.75 inches shorter than standard. Our M3, M4 products are a slightly different length as standard, so you'd be surprised how much half an inch shorter or longer can make for a golfer. You know, we see it with irons, but even more so we're seeing that with the driver length shaft as well.
Been to how many Taylormade fitting days have you been to, Mark?
At least 1 year for the last 6 years.
1 year for the last 6 years, so Mark enjoys his Taylormade fitting days. Let's delve into it and just see what exactly he enjoys and what he's been fitted for today. What is it you've enjoyed about the fitting experience to make you want to keep coming back to the Taylormade fitting days?
Well, I'm a Taylormade fan through and through. I have been for several years.
You can see that there.
But pretty much through the bag apart from my putter.
And what is it that you've found today that you're going to change in your bag?
Well, the irons, I were fitted for these. I went down to Wentworth for a fitting about 5 years ago. I always hit them reasonably well, but I just like the look of a forged iron. I've tried the 730s and the 790s today. 730s as much as anything just to see if I could hit a pure blade. Yeah, and how did that go? I hit them really well, but the big loss of distance.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas the 790s, compared to my own hitting a 7.9, I carry my 7.9 about 143 on average, which matched up with what the Trackman showed today.
Yep.
The 790s are carrying 158. So,
wow.
So that's a massive difference.
And that's one thing which, if you've seen my review of the P790 iron, I can very much kind of agree with what Mark's saying there. One thing that's refreshing is Mark knows exactly how far his 7-iron was going in the first place, something which we find a lot when we're doing fittings, and I'm sure Dan, the Taylormade guy, will age 7-iron goes 143 carry, absolutely perfect. He can then work off that and try and improve it. If you think that 7-iron carries 160 anyway, when realistically it carries 143, 145, then you go for a fitting and the new iron carries 160, you're thinking, well, it carries the same. It doesn't. It carries a lot further. You're just not sure of how far the club's travelling. I've been shadowing Dan all day and just kind of watching what he does. Very impressed, must say. Really, really good. One thing that I keep hearing a lot of with the drivers especially is the shaft length. Just tell me what you've been kind of telling people with shaft length and how it can affect club head speed, but also your ball speed.
Something that we're seeing more and more is, the last few years, you know, there's no one rule for one and one rule for another. With a gent golfer we seen early on, I was explaining what the benefits could be by going a little bit shorter. One, it's going to help with his strike pattern. He's fine in the centre of the club face. Now maybe he may see a drop in club speed of maybe 1 mile an hour, which in the fact when we did do it, we did, and the club head speed actually stayed the same, but his ball speed improved 3 miles an hour. You know, that's king. That's what we're trying to do. If we can get that ball speed up, that ball's going to go further. Now we don't need necessarily to go shorter for every golfer. If somebody's a great driver, the golf ball consistent, load of confidence, and their current driver is full length, then there's no need to be able to do that. But if somebody is losing the golf ball right or left, or just generally struggling with the driver, going a little bit shorter will ultimately help the golfer. And you know, the amount of times people say to me on a fitting day or just in a golf club, and they'll say, oh, I don't need to come for a fit, you know, I hit my 3-wood the same length as I hit my driver. It's something you probably get told
absolutely all the time,
week in, week out. And that's because it's, you know, it's a little bit shorter, a little bit more loft, so it's more friendly. It's easier to hit. Now if we can get that same scenario for a type of golfer that needs that, you know, 10.5 or a 12-degree loft and a slightly shorter shaft, you know, that is going to help that golfer. A few years ago we developed the driver, the mini driver, generally more loft, shorter in the length of shaft, slightly smaller head. The custom options we have now, we have so much more opportunity to be able to do that type. That's one thing we would generally see on a fitting day, and custom it is coming down a little bit shorter on driver length shafts is massive for us.
Good stuff. Well, thank you very much, Dan.
Yeah, no worries. Nice to come down again.
I hope you've enjoyed that insight into Taylormade fitting days, fitting experiences. Really impressed with Dan, really impressed with his knowledge. I've watched all the fittings today and he's gained people distance, he's improved dispersion. What more can you want? People are really taken back with the products as well. Fantastic day all around. As always, you see the social media below. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. See you soon.